JL Rock, Women of Action Figure channel. And here we have a bunch of videos that I pulled over from our other channel, but we're going to be repackaging them so we can show off these awesome action figures that I picked up early on. And then after that, we're going to be bringing brand new videos that I have. So we need your help. We need the likes, we need the subs, you need to hit that notification button because, I mean, we have a lot of videos coming up. So without further ado, let's check them out. And I am happy because this was one of those toys that I didn't even know that I wanted until I saw it. And this is the Borderlands 3 Tiny Tina from 2K and I think Gearbox. Is that right? Yes, Gearbox and of course McFarlane Toys. Now, I left the sticker on because I want to be honest with how I came across this. Literally, I do a little reselling. Not anything crazy, but usually to make money, either to buy toys to donate and then to buy toys that I keep. And I do that by like looking for, you know, like DVDs, VCR, VHS, and board games. That's basically all I do. It's simple. It's something that's still kind of cool for me to do. And then while I'm, you know, looking for that stuff, I'm also looking for toys and video games and all that cool stuff. So it all fits. So normally when I go to like a Goodwill, I mean, if anyone's either tried to look for toys or even if you're a reseller, you know that sometimes Goodwill can be hit or miss. Sometimes they price their stuff up crazy. I've seen where they started to put collector stickers on everything and just raise the price. And like even those days, like if people don't know, Goodwill will sometimes have 50% pink tag, you know, something like that. These will be like a gold tag and they'll never be on any of those specials. But I came across this, and as you can see, it was $7.99. Now, there wasn't no additional discount, but if you look underneath here, I show you that, I think this is the GameStop, right? Yeah, GameStop, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, Power Players. So, I mean, $22.99. I got it for $7.99. It was still in the box. So, I mean, that is just sweet. And like I said, I didn't realize that they had these figures because it's like, I like the game. I was a fan from the game from the very beginning, and of course I love Tiny Tina. I love that little expansion thing where you were playing like Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that was awesome. But, you know, I'm still new to the collecting game, the action figure game. So it's not like I'm plugged in and I know everything that came out and stuff like that. So I did not know that they had figures. I just did not. And it just sat there and I was like, wow, this looks so sweet. And I'm just like, not just the figure, but the accessories and the presentation and everything. So I have to say, that's awesome. Even on the back, I'm not a box collector or anything, but I think that's cool. And honestly, I'm probably going to go after her as well, just because if you're new to the channel, of course, welcome in. Thank you very much. But I have a thing where I'm collecting women action figures. I call it Women of Action Figure Collection. And it's basically women figures, female figures that I thought are cool, well acted, whatever. It's just a thing that is an attachment to me because I'm like, I saw these characters and I thought it was cool. So I have a nice collection. And I'm actually going to do a what's in a box showing part of my collection so far. But, you know, I collect all types of figures. If they're good figures, I'm going to get it. But the Women of Action figure is just something that I started kind of on accident, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to make a thing out of it. So it looks like this came out in 2019, so that's also interesting. I mean, of course with Goodwill, people can bring things in at any time, but that's pretty cool that, you know, that's when it came in. So without further ado, let's open this up because I am not a box collector. I like to open things up and see the accessories and stuff like that. But as I said, the artwork and stuff looks cool, so it's like, it's not like I just want to immediately throw away a box, even though I am. But there it is in its plastic prison. So let's take a look. So first of all, right out the bat, I always like when a figure comes with a stand because it just makes it simpler. I usually have a DC stand that I keep around for a lot of my reviews. I have a couple of others here, like I have this one here, just in case it doesn't fit, and I had one more, but I think I put that away. But this Borderlands labeled one is really nice, so at least I know I have that. And like I said, for me, I'm an accessories person. If you want to get an idea, actually, you're going to end up seeing more here. But let me just show you. I got some games that I picked up. Maybe I'll do another video about that. But you can see, like, I have a collection of different accessories. And that's not all. That's just the small one here. I have a larger one that you can't see. Well, I can't just grab it. But, yeah. So I have a lot of different accessories. So whenever I get something that looks cool, I'm just happy because I know that I can mix and match and play around with it. So I love things that are tailored to the character. So I mean the backpack, and you know, if anyone has played Borderlands, there's a lot of, you know, guns, and it's colorful, and armor and things like that. So it looks cool. Let's focus in on that. So I just think that's awesome, and I just like the way it feels and it looks, and it just pops with the character. And then we have the little bunny, and I believe this one usually ends up being an explosive. Let's zoom in. But again, like, the detail on it looks just like how it does, and I love like the design. You know, it looks just like it does in the game. So I think that's really cool. And it looks like, oh, it looks like this has a little area so that you can mount it. I forgot where she keeps it on her, but that's cool as well. And then you have her weapon. That's just awesome. I just love the design on this weapon. Boom, all that. So it looks really, really cool. Really awesome weapon. And then her bunny mask. Also very cool. So altogether, a good amount of accessories. Let me free her out of her prison here. Is there any at the ankle? Looks like tape down here only. Oh, tape up here as well. Alright. There we go. That wasn't too difficult. Alright, so here she is. Now, in the original, you know, she's much younger. So by the time you get to 3, you know, she's older. I think still teenager or maybe 18. I forgot how old, but... So this is, of course, her older form. And I just gotta take a moment to just, again, just appreciate how it looks, because as I said, this was not a figure that I knew about, so I wasn't studying it or anything like that. But I just like the design of it. I just like how colorful it is, how much is going on, and I think that's part of the allure to Borderlands in itself, is that it was so colorful, the guns, all that. I mean, there's been a lot of games and stuff since the original Borderlands that has done, you know, similar things. In some cases, maybe a little bit better, and other cases worse. But that just in the beginning was just awesome. And I just like just the way the armor, it has, you know, that kind of mixture of that dystopianness, but like steampunk mixed in. It's almost like a bunch of different genres mixed in together. I love like the dynamite on the backpack here, the fanny pack, everything. The shoes, the fact that things are mismatched, which makes sense. You know, you're living out in a wasteland. So everything, from the colors to the design to everything, it just makes me happy. And I think I was also looking while I was spinning this around. I think this is on the belt is where you can put the bunny. Yes. So I knew when I looked at the back, I was like, okay, you gotta be able to put the bunny somewhere. And then of course you can do the backpack, and then it looks like the mask is up here. So you have on her headband, you have the little area, so it's like it's either the ears or the whole mask. But before we go into the rest of that, let's talk articulation. Pardon me. Alright, so as far as the feet, looks like you do have some ankle rockers here, so you can play around, move the feet around, turn around. Looks like that you can turn it at the ankle as well. And then it looks like right above the calf, you can also turn it, and then you can bend it. Is it double? Yes, it's oh no. Oh no, it's supposed, okay, so it's not double, but you can see actually in it coming off. So that's fine. That's not anything bad. So you can see that it fits in there. But that's the thing, like it's not double jointed. But that's fine. Oop, knocked the head off too. Alright, so that's fine. So let me put that back. So it's really just for you go farther back, but still not bad. And then you can, there's no hip turn, but you know, you got your forward kick and back. And then as far as the waist, so it looks like it's ab crunch, not the waist. Doesn't seem, which I guess makes sense because she has so much going on around the waist area. I do like that the belt, like you can move it around. I don't think you can take it off, but I do like the fact that you can move it around. As far as the wrists, you can turn the wrists around. You can bend it a little bit. Also some of this, oh yeah, like you see a little joint there, so you can move it around like that. And then let's see, where's it twist at? Twist at the wrist, but then looks like that's as far as the twist. Of course you can bend the elbow, cannot bend it back, but you bend it forward, and then you got the range of motion as far as the arms go all the way around like that. Same thing with the other side, you can see a little bit better. And then the hands, you can kind of articulate the fingers a little bit. And then the head itself, got a decent range of motion. Not like super crazy, but I think that makes sense as well, because sometimes when the neck is a little bit too articulated, it ends up like sticking out too much and it doesn't look like human. But that's pretty sweet. Altogether, I have to say it's a pretty awesome looking figure. Alright, so let's look at it in a few profiles. So one of the things that I saw when I was putting this together is that because of some of the parts, it was harder to put the backpack on. I still have to play around with how I want to set it exactly, but I kind of left it like that because I wanted to show that you can take off the little arm pieces. So if you see here, oops, sorry for the camera bump. So you see there, those actually come out on both ends. So you have like the little heart-shaped shoulder pad here, and then you have the little mine here. So once you take those off, you still have to contend with this here, which is a little bit hard to move by. I did see if that could come off, but it doesn't. But that does allow you to put on the backpack, so that's a nice little touch. And it's like, you could play around. Like, I just didn't spend enough time putting it on just because I wanted to show how it looks like that. But I mean, even in that, I don't really require it to be like a perfect fit. I think it kind of matches in with everything else. So I really like the fact that you can play around with that, and you can put the backpack on, you can take off the shoulder pads and stuff like that. I did also see if like you could take these off, but it didn't feel like it, and I didn't want to pull too hard since as I said, you can move the belt a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's something that you can remove. Something else that I thought that was interesting, if you look, there's only one peg, so it's meant to be like on that one foot. And also, even though you can articulate the fingers, so you can see like you can kind of open them up and stuff like that, the pointing hand is really the one here that's meant for the gun. So that's how, you know, so it's really meant to be in this hand, even though you can kind of hold it in this hand, but it doesn't really look like she's ready to shoot it or anything. But let's look at another set of accessories. Something else I will say is that little shoulder pad, I don't know if it was mine, but it is a little bit more difficult to get that one in. Now, you have to put those shoulder pad items back on the same one, because if you look closely, they are different sizes. So I just want to first just give you an overview of the look with the mask and things like that, but then I'll show you that again. But it is actually made so that you can put the right one on each side. So for instance, what I mean by that is if you look here, it's kind of hard to see. I'm kind of blocking it. Oh, I dropped it. Alright, so it's like, so you see that? And like, I don't, oh, does it even tell you like right? Does the other one say left? Because that would be so funny if it does. I can't see anything yet. But either way, you can see that they're different sizes. So they're meant to go in. Now, mine, I don't know if mine maybe a little bit off a bit. So if you look at the holes itself, so that one is much bigger than that. So it's like if you try to fit the other one, it doesn't quite fit in. But I do like that they make that easier, and I just thought that was cool. And I just think that overall, you know, you can play around backpack, no backpack. But as I said, when you're, and I can even like kind of show you, is that if you're trying to take off the backpack, it's like it's not hard to get it from here. Not as hard, at least. Because you kind of slide both at the same time. But it's like when you get to here, that's where it's a little bit difficult, because you have to go over all this stuff. But it's not anything that's like daunting or impossible to do. Alright, and here basically she is with nothing else on. So it's just her, you know, everything that you can take off, taken off. Now, here's one of those things where I said, you know, this is not something I knew about or played about beforehand. So I was saying that it was difficult to get it around the arm. Well, you don't have to do that, because as you can see, you can actually pull out here. And that's one of those things where it's like, I didn't know that, and it's like, you know, it's something that maybe I have to read the instructions, but you know me and instructions. A lot of us in instructions. So I don't know if it's both sides. I tried pulling this one, but, oh, yep, it is. So both sides come out. So, of course, that makes it much, much more easier to put the backpack on. So there we go. I mean, look, it's McFarlane, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised, right, that that it has all this ability to it. His stuff usually does. So I have to say, overall, I'm really pleased with this. Like, I really like the way that it looks, the design, everything. The articulation, I think, is just about right. I love the accessories. I love the stand. I guess, let me see. I guess one last little thing I can try is see. It looks like it's kind of like a standard stand, because you see here. So there's only one. So that one feels a little bit more loose, but it works. So I'm not sure if anyone knows like exactly what the pin sizes are. I'm not that good enough to be able to tell you yet. I'm sorry. But that's basically, looks like it can fit a lot of those standard you know, stands. So that's pretty cool. So I definitely recommend this for not only a Borderlands fan, but really any action figure fan. I just think it looks really awesome, and it can fit in with a lot of different things that you might be trying to do, whether it's steampunk, post-apocalyptic, dystopian. I think she fits in with a lot of different sets and pictures that you might want to take, or just to be part of a cool collection. It's definitely going to be a cool part of mine. Thanks so much for watching, and we really need your help to grow this channel. We want to spread these awesome women of action figures all around YouTube, and you know how the algorithm is. So you gotta do the things that everybody asks for, but we really need it, and we need to have those subs, we need to have those likes, and hit that notification button, because that's the only thing that lets YouTube know that this content is worth it. But I do either way appreciate you for watching, and also those comments are good too. And what I want to ask is that if you know of a woman action figure, a female action figure that I should be looking at, whether I can find it cheap or otherwise, cheaper the better, because I'm still a % off collector. Let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to add that to the collection and add another video. But until next time, thanks a lot.